About what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
Man, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams,
don't
man.
Want to fight.
What about the Terence Bud Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering them questions, And if a fight happened, it happened. I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
And there's like right now, you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. He's got the it, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, we just going to keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test.
Jaron Boots, Ennis, Andy, and Terence Bud Crawford went head-to-head in a lively interview full of energy. Andy didn't hold back, saying he's ready to fight at 154 pounds right now. But Crawford quickly shut it down, making it clear he's only focused on big, career-defining fights at this stage.
You consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
Then Bud turned up the heat, saying Boots hasn't faced anyone who proves he's on his level. That comment set social media on fire because this wasn't just casual talk between fighters. It felt like a clear line had been drawn.
It's for me.
You jumped up out of my sanction body to go fight in the IBF. So what I know? If it don't matter, catch up.
Yo, he picked Ebenezer.
Catch up.
Ebenezer was way under.
You just said it don't matter. Catch up. I'm talking about before that.
He not about it. We already know he not about what he's talking about.
I'm not about what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
Man, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams,
don't
man.
Want to fight.
Crawford made it clear he's done with tune-up fights and tired of waiting around. The tension between him and Boots had everyone thinking the same thing. If these two ever meet in the ring, it's going to be explosive. Right after that fiery exchange, Boots' father, Boosie Ennis, jumped in like a dad at school meeting, ready to defend his son.
Hey, man, listen closely. Make that fight. We want that fight. You know what I mean? I said, we wanted him or either Spence. It didn't make no difference. As long as we get the fight, we'll see where we coming from. Right now, we ain't worrying about Crawford. We're going to clean 147 now, and then we're going to move to 154. If he there and he got a belt, we coming after him. Simple as that.
He didn't hold back at all. He straight up said, we never duck Crawford. The only thing I've ever turned down is my thermostat when the bills are too high. That's pure old school boxing dad energy. He quickly shut down the talk, saying if Crawford really wanted Boots, he could have just called directly instead of going through a bunch of middlemen.
We're going to talk about it and we're going to discuss what we're going to do with Terence and Boots. That's what, I said, well, if you want the fight, just let me know. That's just what Steven said, right? And they said, well, we'll call you later on. Never called him back. That's what happened. So they trying to say that we never turned the fight. I talked to Terence last night. We never turned the fight down. We've been wanting to fight Terence.
The funniest part was when Boosie basically told Crawford, you fought Anisian when you could have fought us. In other words, he took the easy route instead of the real challenge. It was a bold shot, but not untrue. Fans just want to see these top fighters settle it in the ring, not get caught up in negotiation drama. And if this fight ever happens, grab your popcorn. There's no way it lasts all 12 rounds.
You could have fought us, but you're going to fight Avenesia. And then I said, Avenesia, you could have fought us. And then Terence said, well, Boots could have been number one. All you had to do was call us. We would have took that fight. You ain't have to fight Avenesia. Abenesian, whatever.
Abenesian rank in the WBO?
Way behind us. You know what I mean? So if you really wanted to fight us, you could have fought us. That's
all right. After Boosie dropped the hammer, reminding everyone that Crawford could have called Boots instead of picking Anisian, Roy Jones Jr. stepped in with some classic wisdom. And let's be real, when Roy talks boxing, people listen. He's not just a Hall of Famer. He's the blueprint.
Boots versus Terence Crawford. What does that look like?
I don't know yet, cause we haven't seen Boots in against a guy that has touched him good enough to really test his chin. So we don't. That's the only thing we don't know about him yet. We don't know if he can take the real punch yet, because we haven't seen it. But as far as the skill goes, he got everything. And that fight could be a very difficult fight because he has everything.
Roy broke it down perfectly, saying Boots has all the skills, but we still don't know if his chin has truly been tested. And that's the truth. You can have all the speed, power, and footwork in the world, but until you take a clean shot from a sharpshooter like Bud, nobody knows if you're built tough or ready to fold.
Talented and has the skill level that Boots has. Anything can happen, but don't get it wrong. Bud has that skill level too, so it's great.
Roy said this fight isn't just exciting. It's a chess match where one wrong move could mean instant checkmate. And when a legend like Roy, the human highlight reel himself, says both fighters are operating at an elite level, you know it's serious. That's why fans are hyped for a potential Crawford versus Boots showdown. It's not just about speed or power, it's about seeing if the young lion can hold his ground when the king tests his bite.
Jaron Ennis didn't force his team to make this fight and say, listen, Steven, I'm signed to you and Showtime. I'm not signed to the PBC and Al Heyman. You need to do what's best for my career and make this fight happen. And he didn't do that. And the rest is history. Terence Crawford moved.
Boots has looked unbeatable so far, but Bud is like the final boss in a video game. You can't beat him with talent alone. It takes timing, patience, and real heart. If this fight happens, it won't just prove whether Boots is the real deal. It will show whether Crawford adds another gem to his legacy or passes the torch to the next generation. Either way, the fans win, because this is the kind of fight that reminds everyone why we love boxing.
I feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that could be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much...
All right, Roy Jones Jr. just crowned Boots as the total package, with the one big question mark being his chin. Then Timothy Bradley jumped in saying, hold up, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Crawford still has more mountains to climb. He kept it real. Bud's greatness isn't given. It's proven against dangerous fighters like Benavidez Jr. and the tricky technician Bivol.
Back to Benavidez. Damn, if Benavidez come back down to 168, man, that's another crazy matchup for Terence Crawford. Because, again, look, with the skill set of Crawford and everything else he brings, right? These guys have skills too, and they bigger than he is. See, and that's difficult. That's gonna be...
And honestly, Bradley has a point. Crawford beating Canelo was like pulling Excalibur from the stone. But chasing giants at 168 and above is a whole new level of danger. It's not just about whether Bud can win. It's about whether he can outthink fighters who seem built in a boxing lab. That's the kind of drama fans live for. Bradley might sound like he's cooling the hype, but he's actually adding fuel to it when a former champ says Crawford could lose if he toys with those monsters. You know we're talking real risk and legacy-defining moments.
So, I mean, look, if Crawford can go down and face that dude, bro, man, whoo, Crawford's legacy, everybody will be tuning in just to see Terence Crawford's greatness, because he's a mega star now. So it don't matter who Terence fight. Everybody gonna be tuning in to see the greatness of Terence.
I love Bradley's little jab at Floyd, telling him to relax and just enjoy the ride. That was the smoothest sit-down champ moment ever. Bottom line, Crawford is in that rare position where win, lose, or draw, fans will show up just to see if he can solve the puzzles everyone else avoids. That's what makes boxing special. It's not about taking easy fights. It's about stepping in with the guy everyone says to avoid and proving whether you're a legend or just another name. That's why we can't stop watching.
Fight. Yeah, on this channel, if you stay tuned on this channel, y'all know that Bivol is a miracle fight. Yeah, he's a miracle fight. Terence Crawford may need a miracle beating that dude right there. Styles make fights. I tell you folks all the time, Styles makes fights. That's what it is. And B-Ball got the style to give Terence Crawford fits. He got the size to give him fits. He got the footwork to give him fits. He got the jab.
Right after Bradley cooled things down with his let's see reality check on Benavidez and Bivol, Coach Calvin Ford jumped in like it was fight night. He didn't hesitate, saying Crawford could have stopped Canelo, but chose to be humble about it. Imagine the pound-for-pound king going easy, letting Canelo walk out with his pride intact. That's not just high boxing IQ, that's pure boxing generosity. And Calvin wasn't wrong. You could see Canelo throwing everything he had while Crawford read him like a trending post on Twitter.
Because I predicted, I said Canelo was going to get old in the ring that night. No disrespect to Crawford. He did a good, Crawford could have stopped him. He could have. Me being a coach and watching how the fight was going on, he could have stopped him. And I know he's saying that in his mind, but he was being humble of Canelo. He was being humble, and it was a great fight.
And the way Calvin hyped him up, man, he didn't hold back. He asked if this generation's guy's the one carrying the torch. After Floyd, then he dropped the wildest what-if of all time. Floyd versus Crawford, even as an exhibition. Let's be real, we'd all pay way too much to see that. Forget the Logan Paul exhibitions. Give us Bud and Floyd in a chess match with gloves. And as Calvin put it, Crawford didn't just win, he leveled up in the boxing's final boss. That's why we love these moments. The real flex isn't just winning. It's showing you could have ended at any time, but chose to put on a masterclass instead. That's next level savage.
From Floyd's generation to this generation, to get to see it come. That's just like, we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So.
Or seeing all these crazy exhibitions, maybe we see Floyd and Terence in an exhibition. That'd be something crazy as well.
Just to have two great guys that completed a lot of things in their life of boxing and come together and just give the fans something to.
And that's a wrap, folks. From Boots calling out Bud to Bootsizey firing back, Roy and Bradley dropping truth bombs, and Coach Calvin Ford saying Crawford showed Canelo mercy. It's been one wild ride. What makes it so exciting is how every voice adds fuel to the fire, leaving one big question. Is Crawford really untouchable? Or is Boots the one built to crack the code? That's the debate that keeps boxing alive, legacy, pride, and the next passing of the torch. Now it's your turn. Who's got the edge, Bud or Boots? And could Crawford risk it all against the giants Bradley mentioned? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Punch Headquarters, your ringside seat to the chaos. See you next time.